Rational expectation hypothesis that is considered because the dissatisfaction with adaptive expectation hypothesis prompted economics to seek another alternative such as rational expectation hypothesis. By Muth 1961, rational expectation hypotheses are available information and the relevant economic theories are used. Expectations are rational. Actual value of variable on average equal to the expectation, and expectation will diverge from the actual values only because of some unpredictable variable. If there is no unpredictable variables in the system, then there is perfect foresight. The assumption is considered in this model that the expectations are predictions of well informed individual and the individual will has available information, and the second assumption is that the expectations are the relevant economic theory and the expectation of economic actors must be constant with the economic model. And now come to the main part of this expectation, that as per Muth idea subjective expectation is equal to conditional expectation. That means expectation it depends upon some information there is uh, available information in the economy, that we can consider the t minus 1 expected value, x e t expected value, that is equal to the expectation of xt by I t minus 1. This I t minus 1 here is the information set available, and in this diagram consider the figure where the initial equilibrium is at point F, this point, and ultimately we will reach to the point F, and that is at point F where expected price is equal to actual price, and the output is in the vertical axis consider the price, and in the horizontal axis consider the output level, and at F the output is OY0 and at F price is OP0. And when the money supply rise, aggregate demand will curve will shift to aggregate demand, new aggregate demand curve, that is AD1 to AD2. I missed point out that AD1, but it's reach to AD2 point, AD2 in the curve is shift to AD2. We can also put a name, and the economy moves at point A, this point. In A, there is discrepancy between expected price and actual price. Discrepancy is slowly removed by an upward shift of the aggregate supply curve and via the adaptive expectation, and it presents a movement of the equilibrium from F to E, and at point E also the price is higher, but the output is same. And now consider the market with equation quantity demand and quantity supply, that is quantity demand equation is A0 minus A1 PT, and quantity supply is B0 plus B1 PTE. Here A0, A1, B0, B1 is the parameter of this model, and UT is a stochastic element because aggregate supply depends on many other things that is not also considered here, but UT is stochastic element, and PTE expected price level by the supplier, and in the demand side there is no stochastic component, but supply side there is stochastic component. So the already this slide is already been discussed, and here I will equate quantity demand and quantity supply, and here the omega t minus 1 is the information set where we get the information of price and quantity. Price, suppose I consider the price pt in the present price level, and pt minus 1 the previous, and pt minus 2 it is 2 period back price level, and qt minus 1 quantity of previous period and quantity of uh, suppose quantity qt for the present period quantity, and qt minus 1 to period back quantity, and a0 a1 b0 b1 are the parameter, and the stochastic element that considered in the supply equation, that is normally distributed where mean mu and varying sigma square. And we know, we already said, I already said that the information set is omega t minus 1, and the agent know that the past observations are qt minus I and qpt minus I. These are in the information set, and ut minus 1 is a uh, corresponding realizations of the shock that present in the model. But rational expectation hypothesis can be um, present as the expected price is equal to expectation of pt by omega t minus 1. That means expected price is equal to actual prices depends on the previous period's expect information, and that is equal to expected t minus 1 equal to pt is equal to expected value of pt by already said the conditional expectation of. Here the PE is equal to expected value of PT by omega t minus 1. This is price. Actual price depends on the conditional expectation operator. And in this slide, that PT is equal to A0 minus B0 minus B1, expected price minus U divided by A1, and quantity of T8 period is equal to B0 plus B1, expected price plus u t, that is stochastic component, and pre-multiplying expected value of t minus 1 and getting expected value of t minus 1 into pt is equal to expected expectation of t minus 1, that means previous period, that is t minus 1, that means previous period, into a0 minus b0 minus b1 pt expected price minus ut divided by a0. Here in the price there is u term because there is stochastic component is present, and also quantity there is stochastic component present, that is why we consider ut. And next, expectation of previous period into pt is equal to a0 minus b0 by a1 minus b1 by a1 into pte minus expected value previous period expectation into ut by a0. And here we know that expected value of t minus 1 ut is equal to 0, because this is the previous year's expectation may not be correct, that is why it's equal to 0. And ultimately expected value of the price of present period is equal to a0 minus b0 by a1 minus b1 by a1 into pte. And already been discussed that expected value of previous period ut is equal to 0. Why? Mm, and finally we are getting the result that pte first bracket 1 plus b1 by a1 is equal to a0 minus b0 by a1, and uh, if we manipulate this equation and cut down a1 and already ultimately getting that pt expected price at tth period, that is current period, is equal to a0 minus b0 by a1 plus b1, and this is the rational expectation solutions for the export exported price level, and that is the actual price is we are previously getting that the expected price, and here we get the actual price, that is a0 minus b1 by a1 plus b1 minus 1 by a1 into ut. There is a stochastic component is present here, and finally the term, this term is considered as p bar, that is equal to pt is equal to p bar minus 1 by a1 into ut, where p bar is equal to a0 minus b0 by a1 plus b1, and p bar is the equilibrium price where there is no stochastic element of the market. So ultimately we are getting that, and some shortcomings is there in the model, but there is no, the shortcomings are rational expectation hypothesis not explain major recession and depression. It cannot explain persistent movement of employment and output in one particular direction over the business cycle, but there is no ad hoc parameter which is present in uh, adaptive expectation hypothesis, and people will not make systematic error because it is rational expectation, there is available informations in the model. uh, that's all.